One story that I would like to cover that I'm pretty sure not getting a lot of coverage. Did you see this anywhere in the news? Let me show you this image that happened. Blah blah blah. A massive, quote, natural gas explosion in Beaver County, Pennsylvania. There we go.
Natural gas, aka fracking.
Wow. That really looks pretty damn big. You see those flames? You see how high that goes? One more time. This was in Beaver County. It is a pipeline that connects to Mariner East 2 pipeline, which is another Energy Transfer Partners gem. So if you want to think about a diabolical oil company, yeah, you got Exxon and all these, but Dakota Access Pipeline, brought to you by Energy Transfer Partners. Rover Pipeline, which is spilled by some estimates 40 to 50 times, Energy Transfer Partners. Bayou Bridge Pipeline, which they just handed down an injunction to stop construction, which I'm going to get to, Energy Transfer Partners. And Mariner East 2 pipeline, which goes through Pennsylvania, Energy Transfer Partners. So pipelines don't explode, right? Is my man Jerry Ross there?
Yeah, he's there.
Is my troll? Is my BFF Jerry? Jerry, what do you think? Pipelines never explode, right, Jerry? So we got another gas line exploding. Energy Transfer Partners. Let me give you the details here. A pipeline blast before dawn Monday led to a even did that much. Said Center Township Police Chief Barry D. Kramer in a news conference that was simulcast on radio. It wasn't immediately clear which ETP pipeline was impacted. An ETP spokesperson wasn't immediately available for comment. Kramer told reporters that at 5:52 a.m., two valves, one near Center Township and the other one on the way to Burgestown, were shut off. It took time to burn the gas that was remaining in the lines out, Kramer said. Authorities evacuated between 25 and 30 homes after the explosion and fire, using reverse 911 to notify homes in the evacuation zone. Some of those evacuees required medical assistance not because of injuries, but because of their medical condition out of their homes, Kramer said. They're being housed temporarily at the Center Township Fire Hall No. 1 and at the American Red Cross. There were other impacts due to the pipeline incident. Power lines and other towers fell, blocking Bunker Hill Road, and Interstate 376 was also closed in both directions. Penn Power, Duquesne Light, and First Energy personnel were all on the scene. So was People Gas, although the Pittsburgh-based gas utilities lines were not impacted. The Central Valley School District, which includes Center and Potter Townships, closed all its schools Monday. Energy Transfer Partners is the owner, blah, 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 blah. Also, not mentioned in this article, I believe some houses had severe damage. So you have lawmakers, here we go. Lawmakers called for the halt to the pipeline in light of the gas explosion. A Sunoco pipeline, it's Sunoco/Energy Transfer Partners, explosion destroyed a Beaver County home, 2 garages, and a number of automobiles at 5 a.m. Monday. No one was injured. Those within a half-mile radius were evacuated. The fireball was extinguished at the 24-inch natural gas gathering line by 7 a.m. So, destruction of homes. You have destruction of homes. You have people with medical conditions because of the pipeline explosion. You have the insane amount of methane being emitted into the air because of these pipeline explosions. And don't think just because one pipeline explosion doesn't injure someone that's just the norm. These pipelines are being built in more dangerous ways all the time. If you followed when I first started reporting on my own, we went to Virginia to cover the Mountain Valley Pipeline. Well, they are building that pipeline in some of the steepest slopes in the United States of America through West Virginia and Virginia. If those pipelines explode, not if, when they explode, there are dozens and dozens and dozens of families that live there with the pipeline underneath those homes. I interviewed Red and Minor Terry, who were some of the tree sitters who protested by protesting atop their tree, in their case for over a month. If that pipeline explodes, which is right under their house, they're dead. And other people within 2 miles are dead. And by the way, it's not unlikely. We've seen activists talking about it, and we've also seen some outlets reporting that the landslides in the area could be the reason that these pipelines are exploding. And why are there so many landslides happening in the area? Because the pipeline construction, a lot of these areas get landslides in the first place, but the pipeline construction is making those landslides worse, which we've seen, for example, with the construction of the Mountain Valley Pipeline in Virginia. So you're going to have more extreme weather, so that can produce landslides. But the building of these pipelines in very steep slopes in a lot of places are producing worse landslides. The bottom line is you're building gas chambers underneath the ground where people live. Chambers that explode all the time. I don't care what idiots, sorry Jerry, like Jerry and others of his ilk like to say. We're seeing these explosions over and over and over and over again. And once more, as I report over and over again, the majority of these pipelines and the, quote, natural gas that will be used are not even for the residents that the pipelines are endangering. These are all going to export terminals so they could go to other countries. So Energy Transfer Partners and other big oil, fossil fracker fuckers can make just a couple more billion this year. Are we going to take it seriously when people start dying? Probably not, because we don't even take it seriously when little kids get shot up in schools. In the United Corporation of America, war, they say collateral damage. The people are the collateral damage so we can keep the oligarchy healthy and functioning. That's the kind of stories we're going to go out and cover. Because there's a lot of these pipelines, being built very dangerously. Across one of the pipelines, I believe, which one? One pipeline that's on my list for the GoFundMe crosses 700 water streams, including indigenous reservations.